Get the camera wipe. Hello, hello, hello. We're going right up there. Again, not been up here for a while, and the cows are gone. Well, I hope they're gone. They're not in the gateway anyway. For all it's cloudy, it's very, very warm. I tried to come here last time. I was up this way. And the cows were right in the gateway. And there was absolutely no chance of me getting through here, and they were in this gateway. All young bullocks. I was like, nope, not doing that. Someone's lost their tennis ball. Well worn tennis ball too. I think this one's going to be a slug to get up to today. Being so close. Hopefully the views will be decent up there. It is a bit cloudy. You alright, Dave? How you doing? I'm going to torture myself and get right to the top of that hill again. I've not done this one for a while. Christine, hiya. Vicky, thank you very much for coming in. Cows have left. Leru, thank you for coming in. About 6 feet in front of me. And I had no idea it was there. Yeah, I'll be taking it easy, it's warm. I had a lot of rain last night, so I was expecting it to be a bit boggy. Lovely and still though, it makes a nice change. Yeah, it's going to be a mission. There's thunderstorms forecast tonight, Christine. Don't see that for you as well. I was looking forward to some for last night, but we didn't get them. Aren't they pretty? Tiny little flowers next to bilberries. Now, last time I was here, oh look, I'm about to mention them. There was a couple of pairs of grouse and a few curlews. So they should have the chicks off now. Oh, Vicky, I love them. Little one's meds have just gone up. So hopefully she'll start noticing a difference. Teenager had an accident at work and he's at the doctor's surgery, steam burn to the back of her hand, so she's all bandaged up. Don't know if you can tell. Those trees, they grow in the direction the wind grows. See how they're all leaning that way. I was all excited last night thinking we were going to get thunder and lightning. But it was just really heavy rain. My legs are killing already. They're tired today. It was hard going yesterday with it being so hot. Dirty Mag Yackers, how you doing? I'm climbing hills again. Glutton for punishment. Watch these young bullocks be on the top of the hill. Haven't heard any grouses yet. I'm good. It's been really warm here this week, so I've enjoyed getting out. Okay, there's this little ledge and I'm stopping from it. What a mission. The walk down's hurt me. Right, I'm going to sit down. Probably get soaked. I don't know if you can hear those birds. No way, Vicky. Hi, Susan. Vicky, your sunflowers are huge. I don't know if you can see that house there. That would be iffy in winter. There's a pheasant. Can't hear any grouse though. Kiss, how you doing? How's things with you, Susan? The last time I was up, there were grouse on that hilltop there. I had a pair of grouse. She just sat in here. And some over the next hill. Remy, sorry I didn't see you there. Yeah, the clouds look a lot more forbidding than they do in real life, if you see what I mean. There's no rain forecast until tonight. And I've not got a coat on, so if it does rain, it'll do me a favour because I'm hot. Little butterflies and moths up here. You get absolutely loads of bumblebees too. It kicked me then. Hi Nets, how are you? Thank you very much for coming in. We're climbing hills. Whew. I've got headphones for here this time. The limestone just under the surface seems to screw with the phones. What are you, little bird? Beth, sorry, I didn't see it. What was your question? No, I've not got a sun hat on. I've got a drink in the car. And I had a big slug before I got out of breath. Which is me being good. Valentine, thank you very much for coming in. God, I hate this bit. It's steep. How are you, Valentine, my friend? This bit's so steep. Haven't had any. Oh God. Haven't heard any of the normal birds. Just that little bit higher. I want to do. I'll show you from the top. But it's a big one. I think I'm going to need a full day. Oh. Wellies, my arse. I know I need walking boots, but they'll have to wait. Six Ontario, how are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, I did slip on there. We're nearly at. The view's actually not too bad. The grouse might be keeping quiet because they've got chicks. Whew. Dave, thanks for coming in. Lovely to see you. Oh, hey. It's warm. First little bit of a plateau. Hey, thank you for coming in. I'm dying off. It's hot. You see curlews in the distance. We've got the heartstones. I'm going to be well knocked if the cat. Oh dear. We had to go through the fence. And he's running downhill there. Look. I can't zoom in on StreamYard. Just a book on his own. It's me, how you doing? Because we're up on the moors, it's not really a good place for trees to grow. The ground's acidic and it's covered by heather. This is your normal wild heather. Grasses, reeds, got your little cotton grasses. The grouse have been up. The grouse eat the new shoots on the heather, and they also eat the bilberries. We've got a purple poo. Hi Julie, thanks for coming in. I'm hot and I'm climbing the moors. And it's usually really windy up here, and it's just not ideal tree growing. You maybe get short hawthorns on the lower lands, but up here there's no trees at all. It's the first time I've seen, he's probably the deer that I saw Stone Quarry. Oh, behind it, and we've walked this valley along the base, and it comes around the back to Simonson, and you can climb this way. It's probably the same stag that we saw over there. We saw two, well, call them stags, bucks. We saw two over there. Mum's Milo, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. It's warm. My legs are about warmed up. So you've got pines down there. You've got those pines down there. You'll get them further down the valleys, but not up on the hills. The weather is hellish up here most of the year round. It's me, Angie. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, it is warm. Back through the old wall. On the billets for the stone, it comes out the ground pretty much in these little slabs. So it's not too hard to knock them into shape, to put the fences together. They use what they can find, which is why on the top here, where the heartstones are, there's big pits. The stone's just under the surface. They don't transport it in. Over the years, they just work with what they get. And look how black peat is. It is just plant material, like a sponge. Plenty of grouse up here, seeing plenty of grouse poo. Just can't hear them. There was a pair over there. These bilberries look pretty cleaned off. I can't see any fruit in them. We've got 3 hawks in the air just there, with 2 adults and a chick, but I can't make out what they are. Coming this way. As if it's your business, how you doing? Vicky, I reckon you're going to win. to grow sunflowers in a 5-gallon bucket. And here in the UK, it would be pointless because our flowering season's a lot later. Vicky, when have you got till the 1st of July? I think. There's those birds again. You're right, not as if the weather looks crappy here, but it's Sass, how you doing? Oh, we've had a grouse butchered. Hawks had them. Let me show the right side. Those are tummy feathers. We've actually probably got a chick because these wing feathers are small. We're up on the moor, Sass. If you look around, so the sea is in the over the horizon there. You've got Torquay, which is a lake from the Ice Age. Scotland's behind it, and all over that way. And that way is Northumberland. We'll be able to see, hopefully, the Lake District from the top, which is a World Heritage Site. You fell over there. My brother. Oh, mission. If those cows are up on this top, I'll cry. We've also been, there is Tindletown, another Iceland lake, Ice Age lake even. And that bird's got chicks there. It's just taken a load of worms by the look of it down. See if it'll fly back up. I'm not going to go and disturb them. I don't know if it's a stone shot or what. I'm breaking myself in to do a huge hill across from here. I think this one is knocking on about 400 metres, but the one I want to do is in the distance there. In front of my finger, it's got a tower. I don't know if you caught that. That's the one I want to do. There's a tower on the top there, right in front of my finger. That's 630 metres tall. This one, I think knocking on to about 400. I've been told by a friend who takes off walking the moors pretty much daily that it's hard graft. I've got a little chick. What are you? Fly off, little one. There you go. Where's your mum and dad? Mum and dad. Ah, shit. There's the cows. Pardon my French. Oh, this should be fun. I've got absolutely nowhere to go to get away. And the only fence that I could get over is directly behind them. Fabulous. Right, if I get squished by cows, I am on Talking Fell at the viewpoint at the Heartstones. Damn it, they're at the trig. Never mind, we'll be right. Isn't it just? And that hill, the tower is there, and I want to do it. But look at the size of it. You come up, you've got the second round in front, and you've got a long hard hall to the top. The other way, which it will take me, is along that way. You'll snake up. Right. They don't look interested. You can see these pits is where they've pulled a stone out the ground. Come this way. Ah, someone's building it. Walkers, when they come up, are starting to build new cairns. Do you think they can smell your fear? Right. The original cairns are these ones, but people have been building new as they come up. It's just so easy to pick the stone up. Just add it. Ah, someone's sign there. That's a good idea. 15th of May, 22. Right, I'll kick it. I don't trust stones and adders. Right, we'll add on. Some of these are huge. But you just take the topsoil away, and you've got stone and layers. You can see what I mean about the stone walls. It comes out in sheets. Over. Again, I don't look so where snakes are, so I'm watching. Hello, Mr. Cow. And this one's massive. I mean, I'm 5'8", and I come up to about there. You've got a foot and a half on top. Oh, he'll kill you. Just look at that. In the background there, that's the Lake District. Someone's built a little table, look. Nice idea. That's new. That one's a bit iffy. Yeah. Hang on, I'll take you to the Heartstones. Right, if all else fails, I can get to that wall from the cows. Sure, I'm going to clamber over the top. Just not sure how I'll get back past them. Right, we'll come round. Miss Southern Belle, thank you so much for coming in. Popsy, how are you? Oh, Remy, I've not had any notifications. I'll come over to yours when I get home. There's a new one someone's been working on. Kind of like the idea of one there and one there, because it's the entrance to the heart shelter. Last time I was here, part of the heart had collapsed on this side. They've been building it back up as they come up. Just look at that. As you can see, these all around. How are you, Nets? We've also Cutie Pie. How are you? Look at it. Nets, it's beautiful up here. I love it. And then we've got the round one. This one's about 8 feet across. The heart, maybe 15. And the Sporker shelters. Stay there, Carol. I wanted to go with a trig. Those little miniature towers are used for geological tests and things. I'm good. I'm just bricking it because they're up here. I thought they'd gone. When I came in, there was no sign of them at the bottom. But just how my luck works, the cows are here. Hopefully signal doesn't dip when I come down. There we go. Here's the heart of the round one. Back up over this side. When I just use my phone, we've had grouse up here too. Biddleby. Oh, that wasn't thunder. Can't be. And you can see how high we are. The clouds are literally sitting on the hills, but I want to do that one so bad to get to that tower. Rhonda, how are you? Just look. It's amazing with the high winds that we get up here pretty much constantly all year round that they still stand. That one's got a really wide base. That one will be about 5-6 foot across maybe at the base. Same with the next one. The next ones are really well built. This one is as well, this little circular one. Yeah, a cookie. Just look at that. Right, do you know what? I'm going to sneak across to the wall and show you over that side. Stay there, cows. I don't know if you can see StreamYard, don't let me zoom in, but down there. Start the walk on that line of trees there. I'm going to come down the valley, loop, and go back. And the direction someone gave me brought me up this side, this hill, and along to the side here, and just underneath this hill, just in front of where we are. 5 miles I did that day. There's a stone chat on that wall. Birds singing at me. Yes, I see you. Sit back down, nice cow. We've done that hill, which is Simon's Side. Summerson even. You're calling it Simon's Side. It's a totally different place. We've done Summerson. We've been around the base and we've been to the top. We've been down onto the other side of the valley behind it. But that's the one I want. We've got the Lake District, the sea, Scotland. That way, Northumberland. As if they're called cairns locally. Crap, don't know this signal again. Car seemed pretty okay with me. I'll say that. They take measurements, they put their instruments on top of that. I'm not going into the circle of cows to get to it, I just don't fancy it. And they take measurements from around the valley. The clouds are actually sitting on top of this hill, that's how high up we are. And that one. Work. They're all young bullocks. Seem pretty chilled though. A cow just coughed, nearly had a heart attack. Vendetta, how you doing? An old finger. Aren't they cool? That one's even got a pointy hat. I'm hearing phantom cows move now. Midlands, thank you very much for coming in. I'm being brave. I was stupid. Beth will tell me I'm being stupid. She'll tell me off. I wasn't turning round to go back down after I got all the way up here. I wish there was a path to get down and across that way, so I could go around the cows. Well, I was doing the research about coming up here. Pictures made that little trig, that little tiny tower, look huge. And I thought, get in. I'll see if I can get inside it. And I got to the top of here, huffing and puffing, and saw it was about 3 foot tall. I was devastated. Oh, I'm in my kind of absolute heaven. Kiwis, are you okay? Absolutely love it. Let me put your links up. The grouse have been around here a lot. I'm seeing a lot of signs of grouse, but just not the actual birds. Can we go down that edge, do you think? It's a bit iffy up here because the stone that's on the surface is just really loose under your feet. I mean, that one is a lot narrower at the bottom than it is the middle. It's kind of cool that people build onto them. Yeah, it is Vendetta. It's one of the reasons I like coming out places like this. I like coming on my own. I don't do people very much. Here, Kiwis, look. Here is the Heartstones. It's a shelter. And the view from it. You can see this from quite a long way away. Yeah, it's gorgeous, and it's, even though we're up on the top here, it's pretty warm. The sky doesn't look anywhere near as nasty as it does on here. Little birds warning the crows off, they're alarming. There's a group of crows flying through the valley. You lot sit back down. More crows coming up. Carrion crows will take on anything. I've seen them dive bomb pigeons in the sky, and you just have a cloud of feathers where the pigeon was. They're vicious things. How fast do you think cows are downhill? Are they quicker running uphill or down? Or do you think I could lasso one with something and ride it down? Hello, I love it. I hadn't been up here. I'd heard about it, but I hadn't been. Right, we'll come along this edge of it. But you can see the pits where they've taken stone for the walls. Some of these pits are quite deep. That one rubbing itself on the trig. Just as I said, can you hear the birds? The signal drops for no reason. And that's a decent sized pit. M&A, how are you? Thank you very much for coming in. Oh, Guru, were you in? Fanatic card, thank you very much for coming. I'll come along this edge a bit. Just listening to those birds, trying to work out where they are. You have your grouse, your black grouse. You have your curlews, you have snipe up here. But you also have smaller birds like stone chats. This one was tiny the last time I was here. I've added to one of those ones. I'll walk along this edge. Or maybe nip across the other side as well. I think those birds are on the path that we're going. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, we've got some blue sky coming. I think I'm going to need all day to do that hill because it's a bit big. But I want it, that is a big tower and I want to get to it. That one's called Cold Fell. That's a jay. Did you hear that raspy sounding bird? They're jays. They're a really, really pretty bird. I think they're related to the crow family. It sounds like wounded vultures. They've this horrible call. Lots of little birds playing. I can't work out what they are. So we've got 2 new trigs here. People are starting to build them further along, away from that highest point. Contains any water that falls. You get reeds on hilltops. It's only really areas with peat that you get that. Dug out. Lots of birds in here too. Sorry, kick me. I came off that bottom trail. Do it. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, it kicked me when I went to go to those 2 other cairns just here in between them. There's a really deep pit and an entrance, so they've been built on either side. We'll walk along this wall down here. As if, not very much. It's really local. New places online. Like yesterday, I knew they were there, but I wanted a definite direction because I do have a habit of just setting off. I know where I am. I know where I roughly should be heading. Let's head down and walk. But that's not the best thing when you're at places like this. No birds all around me and I can't see them. But I am good at the moment. Here come the crows up. crows are the way of the world. They have to eat too, but at the same time, it's not nice to see. Carrion crows coming through the valley. Just stunning views. Oh, I've got a hawk. Back over. Now, what are you? Normally the big hawk's here is a buzzard. Yeah, it's coming over. It's probably seen me. Oh no, it's riding the stems. Looking for grouse. Because we've got no cover here. No, a little bird flew off. You can hear it. Because there's no tree cover, the grouse are easy pickings for the big hawks. I keep thinking I'm going to see a cow head over that hill. See the clouds sat on that hill. That little bird. That's twice I've seen it going there. See also dim. You got Graniston smaller birds too. You go on a lift. We're ground feeding birds unless they're really well camouflaged, like the which really camouflages. Can't hear any guys. Those little birds, they're really well camouflaged. The browns and creams striped in. Tricia, how are you? Helping not to get chased. Here's another pit they've used for stone. Really well stripped. I can't. Oh no, like delicious. Here's one that's been missed. I like blueberries. Oh shoot. Like blueberries. And the gorgeous. There's another. Cows are missing too. So they're a sharper taste than a blueberry. They've got they're more flavourful as well. I love them. On shoot days on the moors or in the woods, we used to sit picking them. And they are the reason there's lots of purple poo all around from the grouse. And I picked that one clean. But when the ground's just covered in them. Oh God, Trisha, I hate moving with a passion. Last time I moved, I said that was it, never ever again. And hopefully, never will have to. Oh, that sun's getting out. As if it's amazing that I do get signal up here. Yeah, I know it's irritating when it drops now and again. But, sure, I've got 4G. And that's where our baby grouse has been taken. Cross between a blueberry and an apple is the closest I can give you as an example. Is there any more here? I quite fancy some more. The majority is gone. Every bush is normally covered. They're quite small this year, but it has been really dry. I just nearly stood on a bird and had a heart attack. It's just flown to that wall. It's flown along the back. Not sure what it is. It's big. Size of a thrush, maybe. Yeah, well, that's the idea. I do all the walking and you get the views. I wish you could smell the smells around here and in the woods. But you get the views. We'll walk along this wall. Hopefully get views into the other valley next to us. Starting to clear up. You're starting to be able to see a bit further. Right, should we walk on the top side or the bottom side? No, my luck, I'll stand in a bumblebee nest. This is the most still it's ever been that I've been up here. It's hard walking because the ground's so uneven. How cool is that? Still hovering there. Yeah, it's talking. Did you see that? I've got no idea what that bird is. Come right over me. Thought I had a horse fly on me and he freaked out. When we get to this corner, you'll be able to see over the valley. And we'll walk back along it on the other side. So much wildlife up here. You've not just got the birds. You've got deer, you've got insects, bugs in general. There's another one. I don't know what they are. Whoa. How cool is that? If I come across a snake, I'm going to break my ankle trying to get out. Yeah, one just like, you alright, CMP? Where is it? A lot closer than you think on camera. It's coming back. What are you? A pair. So they're about the size of a blackbird. They're brown and white. Oh, either hurt. Either even the hurt. Bumblebees. And look at these big lumps of moss. You've got stone. No, that is pure moss. Big old lump. A foot tall. I think that's sphagnum moss that you use in honey baskets to keep them moist, to line them. I'm going to have to look that bird up. There's only one set on there. No. So we're walking along the wall on the top side. We'll come back along on the back side. And the ground will look even, but it's not. Sometimes you'll think it's a lump of moss, but it's not. It's a rock. And I'm watching my feet for snakes. Jeez. Louise. It's the next valley over. Soon, these moors won't be dark brown. They'll be purple. With all this heather flowering. You can see the tips. The new tips are red. When the flowers come out, they're just pure purple. That's another reason why the grouse poo is so red purple, because of these new stems. The on the other side of the wall. Thank you, Frack. I would hate to drive the road down from that house. It's awful. We're back on the other side of the wall. Hopefully those birds will come back. I'll have to do some research to work out what they are. I've got some bracken up here. I nearly fell then. I'm not so sure walking on the bottom side of the wall is a good idea. So I'm crossing back onto the top. The moss on that bottom side is a lot thicker. And I've just sunk about a foot. Michael, thanks very much for coming in. I'm great. How's you? I'm just trying not to do myself an injury on the moors. Right, is my bird friend going to come back? I can hear it. I can hear a few. Flies, go away. That's another thing that the moors are good for, flies. They work. It's a bit iffy. I'm just wandering, getting sidetracked, Michael. Come back, little bird. Too big for a finch. It could be a kind of chat, but the other chats I've seen, stone chats, are a lot smaller. And they're not all brown and white. So I'm not sure what they are. Ooh, fly. Sorry, thought that was a horsefly. Just put my headphones back in. If I can get them in. There. Whew, had a heart attack there. Landed on my arm. I said, no, don't bite me. Back on the trail. And when they built these walls, they brought some seriously big pieces of stone to place. Is that I think there's a bumblebee nest in there. A lot of them hanging around together. I am at the Heartstones. It's a place called Talking Fell, which is a local moor. We've been right on the top to where the cairns and the heart-shaped shelter is. Northern Cumbria, Michael. I mean, that's Scotland just there. Pretty much just about around the horizon. You've got the sea over here. The Lake District hidden in the clouds over there. No, not up on here. The Roman stuff, let me think. I'm bad at directions. Those buildings you can see there, it'll come along the back. Through. Crosses through Carlisle. Goes to Bonus on the west coast. Yesterday we were at the wall. On a walk I did up there. We got inside the priory. I'm going to take you inside we went actually in the modern church part of the Priory. You can also pay to go where the tombs and things are there, so I'm going to probably do that next week. Is that a grouse on that wall? Let's come down so if you can see. There's something sitting proud on that wall just there. I think it's a grouse. It's not, it's like a place stone. Keep your eyes just there. Could be an oddly placed stone. I don't think so. It's a very big stone if it is. It's very deliberate. If it flies up, we'll have a tap, 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 tap. Or is it a stone? I can't tell. That's a stone. It's very out of shape compared to everything else. Probably a stone. I guess a stone. Look like a grouse actually right back there. Blackburn as well, thank you for coming in. Darn it, it's a stone. Why is it sat so high above all the rest? Oh, cows are following me. People, crap my pants. It's one of those birds. Here's another one. You see it just there. To me, it's a lot closer. They're very, very good at hovering, which is unusual. Geez, my heart, that was very, very close. Jenny! How are you, Jenny? Jenny's got a great channel. She's another chicken lady. There's videos of her birds and her gorgeous dogs. Yeah, but look on the hill. I've got them things. I got right to the top, to the Heartstone, and a lot of cows that I thought had been moved out because they weren't parked down the bottom. I was not turning back. Wish it had lightened up. You can kind of see the Lake District just there. Well, this is the northern tip of the Pennines. Got another tower on there I might fancy doing, you know. If there's a footpath to it. I mean, look how vertical those hills are. There's another one of those birds just over here. It's on the ground. Let's see if it flies up. Yeah, it just flew up. There you go. I don't know what they are. Oh, I hear a little bird. Someone just flew out. It's the same spot. Jenny has cameras set up in the pens of the chicks. You can watch them to your heart's content. It's so weird that here it's breaking into summer, but for you all, it's winter. Four corners of the world are opening up with things with social media. Sorry, can't help it. StreamYard needs to sort out that you can zoom in. That is really, really annoying. There's so much I could show you about having to waggle the finger at. I'm surprised not have any grouse. Haven't seen any. This is the part on the way down that I don't like because it's also broken up and the stone's loose. You've got big chunks of peat out. Listen. The heather's actually starting to flower on this side. That patch of heather there, not one there. It's starting to go pink. Sorry, Mike, it's barely windy at all. It's just the way it's catching me. The grass is pretty still. It's unusual for up here. What's this off? That's off a grouse. Right, I'll come down this side. 150 doesn't even cover the price hikes, does it? Ah, jeez. Just gonna have a snoop for some more bilberry. I found some that weren't ripe. So really here. Cows will be awesome as well as everything else. Any on that? No, that's been picked clean. Here's a little bit. It's absolutely loads of them. Shows how much wildlife there is. Oh, here's some. Oh, they're not ripe. Get that one there. Not quite ripe yet. How about you? Not ripe like the ones on the top. Oh. Foot went in a hole. Kills my knees going downhill in these pits. Where are you? I can hear you. Oh, you're flying over there. Really good at hovering for a little bird. That's unusual. The bigger birds here just ride the thermals, really. Unless you're a sparrowhawk or a peregrine. A family of 7 I counted just then. From work. Here they are. Scary because the hedgerows have all grown in and you can't see where the ditches are. I found a little footpath. I'm not sure where it is. Exactly, Blackburn. I was talking to a pensioner the other day and he says he doesn't know what he's going to do. He needs to have the petrol. He needs to have the car. Oh, you're right behind me. I didn't see you. But he doesn't know what he's going to do. He says, I can't stay in the house. I need to see people. Or I'm going to go around the bend. So a lot of people will lose their transport. Ew, heck. $22. Diesel here, it's gone up to £2 1.9, I think, for a litre. It is ridiculous. Is it M&A? It's actually, we've had a mild spring, and it's gotten warm now for our summer, where I am anyway. My car was reading when I did the walk to the Prairie and Hadrian's Wall 33 degrees at one point. It was hot as hell yesterday. And it's only going to get worse, Blackbird. Wait till winter time when they need the heated on. I've got a wood burning stove, and that'll be used a lot. These storms that have felled trees and things have been quite handy. Collecting wood now. But even the prices of wood has doubled. Doubled a while ago. Come down here, little bird. Yeah, hopefully, forecast thunderstorms overnight tonight. I was expecting one last night. It was the sky went from blue to black, and it had a funny orangey hue to it. I thought, oh, are we going to get a clatter? But it just rained. It didn't really do any big bangs. I do love to watch lightning. I stand outside and just take it all in. Miss Southern Belle, you're always rushed off your feet. Miss Southern Belle's brilliant. She takes us shopping. And some of her all her shopping trips are a good crack. They're a good laugh. I found a little footpath that way, off the road. I'm not sure where it takes you. I presume it brings you into the bottom of here. Right, look where your feet are going. Not the birds. I'm planting trees down here. I bet it does. You need a break. Take us shopping for a break. Hi, Josh. You all right? Josh does brilliant live streams. Look him up. I was incredibly jealous of the amount of snow that Josh had this last winter. Well, spring. It was ridiculously deep. I'll be terrible because you can't even see where the roads are. I'll be all over the place in people's gardens. Oh, hang on. How do I make you a moderator? I can't make you a moderator on here. Sorry, Tim. I can't see because I'm on StreamYard. Oh, hang on. I'll put you on screen. I'll mod you off here. I don't know how to do it. It's the only thing with using StreamYard, you can't mod people. You can't zoom the camera in. It's highly annoying. We'll go for a sniff around that tree before we go. Got plenty of time. The cows are still on the top. Oh, stinks a cow. And the chicken where they are involved. This down here is slate. Is it shale? Shale. Rowan, how are you? Rowan's got a brilliant channel too, and he's just a lovely all-round person. Right, trees, let's come to you. You don't get trees very big at all on the moors. You get the hawthorns. That's big for a hawthorn, but they're in a little valley, aren't they? It's an awful lot warmer when you get down this bottom. Hey, what we've got? We've got a chimney or something. There must have been a building here. Yeah, there was. I wonder what was put here. The cows must sleep down here. The grass is down to like nothing. You've got big flat patches. So what was this? We've got another building as well. We've got a wall here and a wall here. And it goes back to there. They've got a bend in the top of them. No idea. This? What was this? Kirkhouse on the bricks. And that's Kirkhouse was a local brickmaker. They tended to all put their names on their bricks. What else have we got? We've got a Becker runs in the bottom. We've got air bricks there on the side. Here's one of those birds. Darn it, missed it. We've got air bricks on the sides. Any ideas, anyone? I thought that was maybe going to be a chimney at first, but can't be. And the building. Hi Wales, you alright? Just been on the hilltop there where you can, if you can even see them. Cairns are just there. So this building's quite long. We've got a doorway in. I presume this is the doorway. It's about the right size for a door. And we've got a wall runs there and returns along here. And we've got these concrete posts walking on bricks that have got an odd corner return on them. Looks like it'll maybe make an arch. Starry, how are you? I just found a building. I'm not quite sure what it was. Wales has a brilliant channel. He makes me hyperventilate, but he's got a brilliant channel. He goes down mines and all sorts, and some of the places, even though they make me freak, are just wow. So check him out. You won't be disappointed. But if you're claustrophobic like me, it might make you take a deep breath. Interesting. I wonder what that building was. It might have just been for the animals, maybe? Like a little barn? Very tiny barn, if it was. They're not normally made of bricks. Ooh, potential drama. Talking of potential drama, blooming Dean Lynch Ward. What a knob, to put it politely. He just doesn't know when to shut his mouth. He's a very lucky boy. Decker didn't actually follow through with those punches, because he'd be eating through a straw right now. Not that Decker had a choice where they were. Now he's setting his mouth up at Danny Christie. It's so funny. They're all better than EastEnders. It's great. I've been watching silently in the background, having a little chuckle at them all. I was kind of disappointed that they wanted Decker to shake hands so early. They wanted to get called and stopped early on. But Dean seems to think that everyone not wanting him to get killed was him doing really well. So funny. The man's nuts. Starry's got a brilliant channel. He knows a lot of stuff. Sunday morning, he takes us out and shows us some of the sights. There's been a building here as well. Now this, I would say, had been a barn, I think. Got that tree growing in the middle. Have a look. So I presume I'm walking on stone walls from the shape of it. Well, I could walk coming that way and coming back around. And more concrete posts, smaller ones though, so it's not as heavy duty as the other one. But this one, no bricks, it's all stone. You've got 2 rooms. You've got this room that the tree comes around, and you've got a second one there. Hang on, go back on. You alright, George? Modest grower, how are you? How's things with you? So this looks like a second room. I've got a boundary there. It comes around and returns back. Big farm gates. The farmer's left behind. And then this second room. I'll look into it from that end. You might be able to see it better. But yeah, I sat in the background and just watched all that unfold, and it's hilarious. I should really keep my mouth shut. We've maybe actually had another room here. Here and across. So we've got a wall coming here, and we've got a returning wall here. We've got another room here. This one's a square one. See the shape of it? So we've got a few, and a one behind it as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms on here. Oh my god, there's a cow. All good fun. Yeah, drop George a sub. Oh, the cows have gone back up the hill, look. Nice little valley. sun's cut out and it's warm. Just behind those trees, where that stone wall is, there's another walk just over there. And I'm thinking it takes you to the walk that I did that was hell. That was an accident and I got given the wrong directions. I've also been told there's another walk over this fell that way. That's an animal track. It's not actually a walker's walk, I think. Let's get a drink out the car and have a crack for 5. It's lovely here now. Yeah, we're right on the top there. The cows have stayed on the top. They're going through all that bilberry at the top there. Can you hear me all right, George? I had to put headphones in. This phone, when I go up to places like this hill, the microphone screws up on the hilltop, and I've got no idea why it did it to this hill, and the one behind it, Simonson, that one. For me, I'm blaming it on the limestone being so close under the surface. Whether that's, I don't know, got any magnetic effect, I don't know. But the microphone always screws up, and it's always on these hilltops. Has anyone else got issues, or is it all right with you? What is that woman doing over the side over there? I want to go and pick some elderflowers as well. Got some elderflower cordial to make. Yeah. Not going to get my veg plate in. Puddle. All that rain last night. Now this field had even more cows in. Oh, there's the see if they've got any in. Pick a good one. Pink clover. Give it a squeeze. And the nectar you get out of it is ridiculously sweet. It's beautiful. Yeah, there's a walk over this fell, but there's more cows in here than there was in the other. Ew, look at that. It's got a big old pond. What's that? Oh, I thought it was an eggshell. It's not, it's a dead flower. Fancy going for a swim in here? Because I don't. Look at that. How mucky. The cows have been having a field day in there. Oh, shoot it now. Then he went down a hole. Why is it bubbling? If you look over this end, there's loads of bubbles in it. Can't have fish in it. It's dragonflies in it. Big blue dragonflies. Lots of bubbles coming up. Modest is a legend. No way, George, all right. These flowers, I think, are heliobulb, but I'm not sure. You've got these round leaves. There's a bit of one. And then you've got these flowers. I think they are. I'm not sure though. Zombie, how are you? Just been on top of the moors. So I quite fancy doing that side. It's my car. Been back up on the top there. Had a roe deer buck come over. But it's full of cows. It's been quite heavily planted up with trees, this little valley. Zay, how are you? How are you doing? When you're putting a new video out, check out Zay. He's awesome. Very talented guy. George, what have they taken? I keep coming and checking Zay, see if you've got anything new up. Not heard a single grouse, you know that? Not one. Last time I was here about a month ago, it was full. But they may be moving with the chicks. Keeping them quiet, but still unusual. So if you go back, we're right on top of that hill, that sharpest, tallest point there. There's some pillars called cairns that people build, and the views out are amazing. What was that? Can't even make out what that is. Dazzling Art, you okay? Thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, seriously, odd sounding bird. George, I'm sorry. It is horrible getting robbed. Many, many moons ago, my son was a baby and I got robbed. They got him through a window downstairs. They took money out of birthday cards for his first birthday. They took a lot. Even took, at the time, I had one of those TVs that you put, was it 50p at the time? Was it £1 in the back in a slot? And they even took off that and took. I wouldn't look it, but it's really, really warm there for here. Why is there seagulls up here? It's not seagulls. What the hell are they? Some kind of goose. I'll just have this and then we'll hit the road. This part of the road's okay. You see how the verge is out to High Road? But the way back where we come from, they are really, really high and you just can't see the ditches. I don't know if it is on this, people to see on this part. But the majority of the way, to drain off water, you've got a big ditch in these verges, about where that track is. But if you get in one of them, you're not getting back out. Hey, how are you? I'm 5 minutes before I get back in that car. Oh, the sun's getting out on the top now. Saying that, I would have struggled if the sun was out when we were going up there, because it's a hike and a half. Matt, you changed it though. You learnt from your mistakes. That's all anyone can ask for. Sometimes we need some lessons in life. Yeah, it's not a very hospitable place to live from, do it, for people. A lot of these moors along here are protected by the RSPB to keep them as they are. Some big birds on that top I can see. Is that the curlews? But you can't see because StreamYard won't let me zoom in. And there's a signpost up there for another public footpath, which I'm tempted by. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning there. When you're on those hilltops, you can see to the horizon in every direction, miles and miles and miles. And the wildlife up here is completely different to a mile away. It's a harsh landscape, but it's also a beautiful one. Yeah, really, really peaceful. You barely get anyone up here. Last time I was up, there was no. When I actually got on the top, it wasn't for those cows. There was a couple of walkers. That's pretty much all you see. I had an RSPV guy with a set of binoculars further up that road towards the limestone quarry, asking where I was going. Did I have drones? Because drones interfere with the birds. I was like, no, I haven't. Thank you very much. It's all hills here. Where I am, you can see in the distance is a place called the Lake District, and it's a World Heritage Site. It's mountains. This is a hill range, I suppose you'd call it mountain range, called the Pennines, and it's basically the backbone of the north of England. This is the very northern tip of it that we're at now. So that and the Lake District kind of come really close together. And luckily it's all protected. The farmers used to have sheep in these fields. These would have been covered in the heather, which is these dark patches here, which turn into the peat with the reeds and the moss. And that's ecologically really valuable around here. This would have been the same. You've got this big patch of heather, and you've got them along. It would have all been covering much more of it if it wasn't for sheep. The Lake District, the sheep are banned as well. They're trying to get the moors back to what they were and get their heather back. Blackbird, did you see on my community page? There's a picture of a kid with a big, huge white chick on the knee. That is a golden eagle chick. It's only 4 weeks old, and its claws, its talons are almost as big as an adult hand. And my brother was out with the Scottish Bird Protection lot, ringing it up there because there's no trees. The birds are hatched on the ground, like the cows on the top. So they went and took it, and he said it was absolutely enormous. They've released red kites on the other side of this hill range, near a place called Penrith. You get those coming this way. You've got, what else have you got up here? You've got the regular buzzards, you've got your regular sparrowhawks. What other little hawks have we got? Peregrines, kestrels, all sorts like that. Where my brother is in Scotland, they've reintroduced beavers. And the beavers are changing the waterways already. They're allowed to control the beaver numbers, but they aren't allowed to move the beaver from where they stop breeding. They're to be left on the ground. I think it's to stop people poaching for beaver hides. But yeah, they've been introduced back up in Scotland, and seeing what they do, my brother was showing me a stream, and they'd felled loads of trees and completely blocked the stream off, which screws up downstream. It messes up the river on that actual point. There's actual seagulls up in Scotland. Saw one sat in a tree, and it was like a turkey. They are absolutely enormous. They're massive. And to see one sat in a tree, it was just, wow, how is it even in the tree? They're so big. They tag and GPS the golden eagle chicks, which is what my brother was doing up there. There's also up there wildcats, and there's very, very few wildcats out there. And he also, with a group, caught a wildcat, a young tom, and GPSed that. And he was terrified of that cat. He had sticks to protect himself. They knocked it out. They trapped it. They knocked it out to tag it. And when they woke it back up, he was too scared to let it back out of the cage because they are wild. There's actual bird flu knocking around as well again. Normally we get bird flu in the winter, and it's normally from the seabirds, the waterfowl, geese, swans. Well, not so much the swans, but it comes in really with the geese. And there's been some found in the northeast, I think last week, which is unusual because it's normally our winters, so my chickens aren't coming out. We did have a total blanket ban of birds not being allowed out of the pens a couple of winters ago. But this year they handled it differently, and it was 3-mile exclusion zones from diseased birds being found dead. But I just won't take the risk. Comes in the water birds, passes through them into the hawks. The hawks carry the disease, they die. And it just goes down the bird chain like that. Areas where the swans and the geese are and the ducks are, it passes to the other birds because they share the same area. So if you've got chickens or whatnot, be careful. And if you see any wild birds dead, you can contact on the government website, bird flu, the avian flu. You can report them, and they'll be picked up, and they'll come and they'll test them to see if they are in fact diseased with bird flu. You quite often find rat poison when the rats die. If they're out and about and they die in the open, you'll get the birds coming and eating the carrion. that poison the birds that way. Something as simple as that. Yeah, I will. I'll put a link on. Call Conquest, how are you? But any wildlife, any wild birds that you find dead, I'll put a link in our community and you report it. You don't have to do anything else. It gives them the location. They'll come pick it up and they'll test it. And that way we'll have a better idea of where bird flu is and how many areas are at risk. There was an old guy who kept ducks, eccentric old fella, had ducks or geese, I can't know which one it was, maybe geese. And they were coming to his house and he hatched them for years and stayed around him all the time. Now, it's very, very rare for the avian flu to jump species, but it is possible. And that old guy, he caught bird flu and he was devastated because they called his flock. He was okay, but yeah, he lost his birds. But it is rare for it to jump species, but it is possible for people to catch avian flu. So if you do see a wild bird dead, don't mess on with it, don't touch it, just report it and just walk away. So that's about me, I think. I'm going to get back in the car, get a drink, and go and get some jobs done. That was a nice one today. The weather's lovely. We've got lots of blue sky coming. Hopefully some thunderstorms tonight because it's so, so close. But thank you everyone for coming and I'll see you soon. Bye all. Thanks a lot.